Wemby is already a superstar. Let's get this video out the way. Wemby is already a superstar. I've been trying to show y'all. Not really. But I'm pretty sure everybody knows it. This man is the next coming of LeBron. You know, I keep saying after the end of every GOAT's era, there's always another GOAT that comes up. Like look at Magic and Larry Bird era, to the Jordan era, to Kobe, to LeBron. It's like the torch just keep getting passed. Like that guy who has that most I don't even know how to put it into words. I don't want to say aura. I already said it. I'm gonna just let it slide. Wemby's already a superstar. Let's see
Victor Wembanyama just turned 21 years old, and he already might be an MVP candidate. If you're typing nasty grams, hit send quickly because it's about to get crazy. We are watching a GOAT candidate with no clear ceiling ascend faster than expected in real time. He might be the best defender in the league already, and now he's taking a leap as an offensive player. Look at where he ranks in these impact metrics. Only MVP finalists, the very best of the best, will have a better portfolio of composite metrics. The thing is, Wemby's been even better over the last month, where he ranks third in our box score model, averaging a hefty 31 points per 75 on efficiency that is 5% better than average. Even if he cools off a little, he'll still be ahead of everyone but the very best scorers in the sport right now. But I want to emphasize his feel for the game, his vision and understanding that make me think he can be an elite offensive weapon moving forward. He could look to turn and shoot here, but instead instinctively removes this defender by playing give and go up top with a lob.
So basically he got IQ.
This time he catches it on the move and attacks with the dribble, runs into two defenders so he kicks it out, and immediately after passing, he back cuts while facing the ball because he can catch and spin in one motion.
Yo,
there's subtle stuff too.
It's not fair,
like
bro.
Coming down and getting a screen from Chris Paul, feeling cat cheat over.
I'm glad they got rid of that Jeremy Sohan
for a running finish. And look at how he's starting to jump before he catches the ball, so his footwork is clean for the finish and there's no charge. Watch the clock at the end of the quarter during his Christmas masterpiece. Wemby waits until there are 2 seconds left, then kamikazes toward the ball because there isn't time left to pass. And I'm not sure I've ever seen that before, but it almost induced New York into not getting a shot off. And he already takes these calculated gambles on defense based on the situation.
I'm not gonna lie, that was really smart. That was actually really smart. Because, like, playing on the court, you don't understand how hard it is to, like, know what exact time it is on the shot clock. You know? That's why JR fucked it up that one time. It's hard to tell. And for him to, like, be that aware, because it's not like 2K or nothing. You on the court. Imagine playing 2K first person. Should be hard as fuck.
Smothering the ball in the corner.
Yo, that would be fire. 2K first person?
Corner like this, or already spotting a tell in Julius Randle and sprinting up to rip him from behind for the turnover. This time he's lurking near Jamal Murray's post-up, acts like he's going to contest it, but baits Murray into a pass and a near steal. On this play, the defense switches the pick and roll, everyone's matched up well, and Wemby could back cut right here because his defender's watching the ball, but instead he waits for Paul to turn and see him, and then casually lobs it to Sohan out of the corner instead of shooting. My God. His
IQ on this man.
Basketball IQ.
But this is the next GOAT.
Show up in his passing, where he's already one of the best passing.
I'm glad to be here at the start.
His interior passing
in the next 5 years,
cutting and hitting this
especially when Braun retire,
7'4",
he's gonna be the best player in the league.
Shovel passes in the paint like this. This one's a little mind bending, where
we got a real life 2K demigod.
Then shovels the loose
that was a
ball
foul
to a cutting teammate And that is incredible processing speed.
Look at this foul by Westbrook. Can we talk about this foul by Westbrook? Holy, hook and reel.
While scraping it
Damn.
off the floor. And this is one of the most creative passes maybe I've ever seen, where he's posting up and sort of spins into a lob off that cut. And his height and bendiness totally unlock passing angles. Like
his height and bendiness
in the corner like a guard here, and when he curls off into help, he just pauses in the air to read the defense and then floats it over everyone. On this play, he's running pick and roll, turns the corner, and then off the dribble feathers it over Rudy Gobert. And even at his height, Wemby can pass off the live bounce.
We're seeing the what the hell is that?
At his height, Wemby can pass off the live bounce like this.
That was athletic as shit. What?
He really likes the quick trigger release on the move with the left hand bounce pass. And he does this out of so many different dynamic reads, attacking Gobert in isolation just to shoehorn it between help defenders. And since that didn't work, he said, let's try it in pick and roll, and wraps it around Rudy for the stuff. This man just turned 21, and he's already a prolific user of the
next LeBron right here.
Advanced technique of the shot pass, where he uses that height, jumps up in the air to shoot, and just lulls defenders to sleep for layups instead. He comes down in transition against the Nuggets, looks like he's pulling up from deep, but touches it right over the top for an easy dunk. And then in the final minutes,
being tall on the court is such a cheat code. He can see over everyone, bro. So it makes like he's literally playing 2K out there. Like
to the game, trailing by 2, he went to launch as the trailer, but dropped it over 3 Nuggets, and the Spurs went on to upset Denver. And this is where his passing and huge scoring start to amplify each other. Defenses throw more attention at him, and he responds to that attention by creating higher percentage offense for his team. A big part of that scoring jump is his improved outside shooting, where he's at 35% on nearly 10 threes per game. So he's already taking nearly the same amount of threes he took in his entire rookie season, just at higher percentages and from all kinds of range. His shot just looks better in general to me from everywhere. And while his selection can still be a little aggressive
you can't stop
for
that,
my
bro.
taste, he's hitting pull-ups and
aggressive. What do you mean aggressive? He can see the rim. But the rule of thumb, I heard Curry say this one time. If you can see the rim, you're open. And he can see over everybody, bro. How are we gonna stop that? Bro, KD was torturing the league. Let this nigga get KD strapped with Melo Hezo. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The league is tortured. He's already bulking up like Giannis. Yo, this league is done. Heard he got a little brother coming to the league too. Oh. It's like that Boondocks episode. They released LaMilton. Oh. Send him back.
Being catch and shoot jumpers from all kinds of angles with pretty good proficiency.
How do you stop that?
That opens up the paint for teammates and spaces the floor from the center position. And it unlocks some of these great plays. A little bite on the up fake gets him downhill for the great layup pass. And we saw the lob over Rudy Gobert earlier, but it only happened because Wemby's defender chased him over the screen to take away his shooting, because too many teams have sagged off or gone under screens and been burned by his outside shot. And of course, all that jump passing doesn't happen without the threat of his shot attracting multiple defenders. So even at 7-4, there's a ton of meta value.
And when he jumps
decently
to
well
shoot,
from
he can pass so easy because he's so high up.
Criticisms about not
his hang time
in the low post, he actually uses his size a lot on offense. We've discussed how he's one of the great lob targets the league has ever seen, out of pick and roll or just by hovering near the basket. He can't root smaller players under the rim with strength, but he certainly will post up and shoot right over them. And Some of his rebounds are just cartoonish, like an adult playing with middle schoolers in the park.
Man.
So he's able to play on the perimeter a good amount, yet still provide offensive rebounding because of his mobility. On this play, he's spacing on the outside, and again has that great feel to time up the crash and just go and steal the board and clean up the miss for 2. Of course, his size has made him a one-man defense at just 21. He absolutely locks down the paint area, leading the league at nearly 4 blocks per game. He can extend all over the floor in different coverages and recover from the
Wilt
paint
was.
out to the
We just didn't know it
line,
because the cameras wasn't on.
and he can come out beyond the line to pick up guards and then recover back into the paint to wreck them from behind. It's one thing to camp out in the lane and guard the basket like a goalkeeper, but Vic's extraordinary at altering shots in rear view pursuit. Yes, he actually reaches over the 7-foot Jokic to block this with those giant fingertips. Unreal.
Touch that.
So you end up with possessions where he's everywhere, meeting the ball in pick and roll, flipping around to defend the lob pass, then on the reset, stepping up to freak out Kyle Lowry, and finally play the traditional rim protection role at the hoop. Last year, we talked extensively about how players are basically afraid to shoot around Wemby, foregoing totally normal and even high percentage shots like this, almost like that button on the controller's broken for them, so they pass it to another player to shoot instead. And after a game of hot potato, that is 5 nopes on a single possession.
Harry basketball.
Put it in the Louvre. So Steph Curry has gravity that drags defenders into his orbit, and Wembanyama is like kryptonite. Players don't want to get near him, and those that do are
really throwing it away
powerless to shoot the closer and closer they get.
Hey,
Even his rear
yo. Wait, are we still talking about basketball?
are rendered powerless to shoot
out of this whole video, this thing got this one freak ass scene. Yo,
the closer and
what is happening here? Context? What's got to do with Wembyana? This got nothing to do with Wembyanas.
closer they get.
Superman, is this something we don't know?
Rear view pursuit freaks players into rush layups when they fear the footsteps from behind.
Ah, man.
Freaks play.
Oh, Russell, how are you still in the league?
To rush layups when
This nigga just missed the open layup. I remember when this man used to be so great. Now he's gotten bounced around like KD, team to team.
they fear the footsteps from behind. And the Clippers didn't want any part of him in pick and roll, often setting the screen with a wing instead of their center to stay away from the French phenom. This is how every team in the league defends shots inside 14 feet. Without Wemby, the Spurs give up 50 attempts every 100 possessions, and opponents shoot them at about 58%. But when Victor's on the court, they suddenly look like one of the 2 or 3 best interior defenses in the league. And his impact and stats like this that estimate
bringing back that Spurs defense,
paint defense is only matched by Rudy Gobert right now, especially when we include fouling. But I don't think Gobert has Wembanyama's range and versatility.
Bro, Gobert sucks.
Can't swivel his hips on a dime
what are we talking about?
Victor can.
Bro, what is this Gobert defense glaze? I don't understand it. Why do he getting defensive player of the year? This thing is not good. What the fuck?
So we're now talking about an offensive star who is also a defensive superstar. And as the game slows down for him and he adds strength and more tricks to his bag, the sky is truly the limit. The future aside, his versatile two-way impact is already game, where Victor Wembanyama is now a top 10
how is he doing this, bro?
In the NBA. To support
W video, man. He definitely is a superstar. Next 5 years, he'll be top 3 in the league. If not 2, then 1.